Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the SciShow, the #1 ranked YouTube channel for volcano explorers. If that's you, I appreciate you. And please note, this channel will give approximately a 33% chance. Will give approximately a 33% higher chance of meeting your dream partner whilst exploring a volcano. We are here to review the new, well, I'd like to say it's the Woodland Fawn Wilderness hero, but it's the Wilderness Summon, but we have a Wildcat hero. We'll just jump in and have a quick look at the odds there. Legendary featured hero, 1%. 1% chance to get one of those heroes, so 0.25% chance basically of getting the one you're looking for. A 99.75% chance of not getting the featured hero you want, or a 99% chance of not getting any of the featured heroes on each pull. Legendary hero, 1.5% chance, so you've got more chance of getting a normal legendary hero than you do the featured. I'm going to do a quick summon before I do the review, just to change it up a little bit. Wow, awesome. About to head out for some food, so we will get straight into this. We have Lennart. He looks pretty cool. I like a bow and arrow. Yeah, I've always liked bow and arrows. I have no idea why. Have a very interesting story about meeting someone from a dating app, kind of in the middle of, not in nowhere, but in a random place, middle of the night. She lived out of a van and she had a bow and arrow in the back. Anyway, that's a story for another time. We'll pop this max preview on. We have a ranger, not one of the best classes, but gives the master pierce, so chance to bypass defensive buffs, which is quite good with so many different defensive buffs out there. We have the ailment immunity, so 6 turns. Pretty nice at the start of the battle, just saves you getting anything. Things like the moth dust as well, that's coming very important to block those sort of things early on in the battle. 1594 power. Interesting, I know Rajesh and Leone got recent updates to the passive, so it's a little bit higher % chance to revive, and they get a little bit more mana when they revive, and they got a few little updates to their specials as well. So it's interesting though that they've been out for quite some time. I think they were part of maybe the Black Friday portal or the birthday. Anyway, it was Black Friday, I think. But yeah, the new one's only 1 extra power above, so that's interesting just to note that. The Wildcat family, bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes, you get 5, 10, 15% chance to dodge special skills, and special skills dodge damages specials. Each special skill dodge damages the attacker for 100, 200, or 300 damage. So 300 is quite decent if you've got 3 of these heroes in your team. But yeah, that was another new addition just made a couple of days ago, that the attacker now gets a bit of damage as well. Passive of 9 lives is extremely annoying, especially with revivers around now as well. It makes it hard to pick which target to go for. In the past, I've generally just left the Wildcat heroes and picked off everyone else. And then if they revive, it doesn't matter because there's no one else left on the team. But with other revivers such as Sable, the new Chitta Granda, whatever her name is, Astrid, those sort of things, it does make it a little bit more difficult. But yeah, 80% chance to revive at the beginning of the next turn with 50% health and 80% mana. That mana is the big thing because they just keep firing so quickly when they come back and can just, whack a couple of your heroes out of it. So especially if it's at a, if it's a important part of the battle and you're sort of close, yeah, it just can be a pain in the butt. Activates up to 9 times. Chance to revive on each is reduced for each activation. Can't be prevented with status ailments or passive skills. So there's no ways to block that. There's a few passives out there that lower the chance of revival. Doesn't work against the Wildcats. He's probably the best looking one, actually. I'm just going to have a quick look at the others. Yeah, the other two look a bit goofy. Lennart looks like he means business. Not sure how functionable that bow is. It seems to be, extra weight in it that's not really doing much for him, but he seems to be able to handle it pretty well. Yeah, he also have trait. So Lethal Frame also got a bit of a change recently. The character is not affected by effects that increase or reduce defense. So that's again increase or reduce. So that includes status buffs, status effect buffs and ailments, positive and negative stacks, and growth and wither. So just keep that in mind. No point pairing him with any heroes that are giving growth. Well, I mean, you can still pair him if he's a good pair, but he's not going to gain from it. So any positive buff that affects defense, no good having there, but also does against the enemy. So it's good to take against an enemy that drops your defense, but don't pair him with anyone who's increasing your own. Pretty good stats, very high attack stat, a little bit low on the defense to even that out. A lot of rangers are generally like that. And we have a special skill called Pursuing Shot. Running at fast speed, deals 500% damage to the target. The target receives 1500 surge bleed damage over 6 turns. If a target already has this effect, the duration will be refreshed and the damage will be increased by 300, max total damage 2400. Running at fast speed, that's not too bad, especially if you've got a ghosting lane, because you can get him charged very, very quickly again, and you might be able to get that on the same target. The only thing is, if you've already hit them for 500%, chances are the next one will kill them, and the surge bleed isn't going to help. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, if you've already hit them with another hero that does the surge bleed, that's just going to increase it. The target takes plus 40% increased damage from status ailments for 6 turns. So that then just increases the bleed that's happening as well. So really, with that sort of snipe, you're doing probably, half damage. You're doing a decent amount of damage. And then that surge bleed is going to wipe them out pretty quickly with the 40% increased. So 1500 over 6 turns. I'm just going to turn that max power on. Still the same. So 1500 over 6 turns. You're looking at 250 each turn. So it's not a huge amount, but then 40% increase. You're probably looking at about 375, which then does start to make a bit of a difference. So 375, if they don't get rid of that, you're probably going to kill that target. The target also resists healing and receives 300 damage per each resisted healing for 6 turns. That's quite impressive as well, because that's just going to make sure that if you time that right and they have a healer, there's so many healers now, even heroes like Sable does the healing when she comes out. So that's a good way to add extra damage to the target. Someone like a Nibbles, as an example, even though he's not fantastic, but gives that constant healing. So that that will just mean they'll just keep damaging themselves over and over again. So there's one prime target to take this hero against. But that's pretty much it. He's pretty basic, which I like. So it does damage, surge bleed, and he's really just designed to absolutely take someone out. By the time you do that damage, 1500 surge bleed, which gets increased with 40% extra damage, and resist healing and gets damage. So if you can time that right and they try to heal, that's just an extra 300 damage. And especially if it's a heal over time, there's a lot of teams at the moment that are even taking, 2-3 healers by the time you take the reviver in there as well. Or, there might be 2 revivers and a healer. So, yeah, pretty good hero. He's going to do the damage. I like the little swipe marks up here on the cards. I wish I would do that with more cards. I know it's only a tiny little thing, but I like it. Very good hero. I don't think anything extremely overpowered. He's not going to be... He'll be annoying on defenses with that revive and the fact that he's doing so much damage. So you might see him around on a few defenses, not as a tank, obviously, but he'll be there, reviving himself and being annoying by just, coming back with 80% mana. So if they've got anyone on the team that's giving a little bit of extra mana, he's just going to be charging so quickly he's going to be quite annoying once that revive goes off. So yeah, fantastic on offense as well, because the chance of revival is quite high. Probably would have been nice to make him a fighter just to give him extra, but actually he's got a bow and arrow, so it kind of has to be a ranger. It's the unwritten rule of Empires and Puzzles heroes, basically. If you've got a bow and arrow, you're a ranger. Anyway. Very good hero. Don't chase. Probably not much point. I am now going to go and have some food. Probably a nice, big, chunky chicken parmigiana, but we'll see. I might go somewhere fancy. If you are doing any summons, best of luck to you. I hope you get the hero you're looking for. If you enjoy what I'm doing, gently press the subscribe button, give your kitty a scritch for me, and speaking of my kitty, I don't have her. I'm away for the night, so I'll have to jump into my security camera and see what she's up to. But yeah, I'll probably let you know in the next video what sort of mischief she got up to whilst I was away. Have a bloody good one.